At 67, I thought I knew everything about staying safe in my own home. I'd lived in the same house for 30 years, navigated every corner, every step, every room without a second thought. But one ordinary Tuesday morning, everything changed. I was getting ready for my usual shower when I slipped on what seemed like nothing at all. In that split second, as I reached out desperately for something to grab, I realized how many dangerous habits I'd developed in my bathroom without even knowing it. That fall could have been catastrophic. Thankfully, I caught myself, but the wake-up call was loud and clear. I started researching and discovered that over 230,000 people over 65 are injured in bathrooms every single year. The bathroom, the one place where we're supposed to feel clean and refreshed, is actually the most dangerous room in our homes. If you're over 60, or if you have a loved one who is, this video could literally save a life. I'm going to share 5 bathroom habits that seem harmless, but are actually setting you up for a serious fall. Some of these might surprise you because they're things you do every single day without thinking twice. But here's the thing. Once you know what to look for, you can make simple changes that will dramatically reduce your risk. Stay with me until the end, because the 5th habit I'll reveal is something almost everyone does, and it's probably the most dangerous of all. By the time we're finished, you'll know exactly how to transform your bathroom from a hazard zone into a safe space. Let's dive in. Dangerous habit. 1. Rushing through your bathroom routine. The first dangerous habit that's putting seniors at risk is something we've all done countless times: rushing through our bathroom routine. Maybe you're hurrying to get ready for an appointment, or perhaps you wake up in the middle of the night needing to use the restroom quickly. That sense of urgency, that feeling that you need to move fast, is setting you up for disaster. Think about what happens when you rush. Your movements become less controlled, less deliberate. You skip the careful steps you normally take. Instead of turning on the light, you navigate in darkness. Instead of waiting for your eyes to adjust, you move forward immediately. Instead of taking your time to steady yourself, you hurry from one spot to the next. I learned this lesson the hard way during my own close call. That Tuesday morning, I was running late for a doctor's appointment. Instead of taking my time, I rushed into the bathroom, barely turned on the light, and stepped quickly toward the shower. My foot hit a small puddle of water I hadn't noticed, probably from the night before when I'd brushed my teeth. In my hurry, I hadn't seen it, hadn't prepared for it, and nearly paid the price. But it's not just about the obvious things like water on the floor. When you rush, you're more likely to misjudge distances, miss visual cues, and lose your balance. Your brain doesn't have time to process what's around you. Your muscles don't have time to respond properly. The simple act of moving quickly turns everyday bathroom activities into high-risk situations. The solution isn't complicated, but it requires changing a habit you've probably had for decades. Give yourself extra time. When you wake up in the morning, resist the urge to jump out of bed and race to the bathroom. Take a moment to let your body wake up, let your eyes adjust, and then move deliberately. If you wake up at night, turn on a light, even a small night light, and wait a few seconds before moving. Your body needs time to adjust from lying down to standing up, and rushing through that transition is when accidents happen. Remember, there's no appointment, no schedule, nothing in your life that's more important than your safety. Taking an extra 30 seconds in the bathroom could save you months of recovery from a serious fall. Dangerous habit. 2. Ignoring proper lighting. The second dangerous habit that's putting seniors at serious risk is something that might seem minor, but can have major consequences: ignoring proper lighting in your bathroom. As we age, our vision changes in ways that make adequate lighting absolutely critical for safety. Yet so many of us continue using the same dim lighting we've had for years, or worse, we try to navigate our bathrooms in partial darkness. Here's what most people don't realize. After age 60, your eyes need significantly more light to see clearly than they did when you were younger. The pupils don't dilate as much, the lens becomes less flexible, and overall light sensitivity changes. What used to be adequate lighting now creates shadows and blind spots that can hide dangerous hazards. Consider Margaret, a 72-year-old woman who lived independently and prided herself on being careful. She had a small bathroom with one overhead light fixture that had worked fine for decades. But one evening, she decided to use the bathroom without turning on the main light, relying instead on the dim hallway light filtering in. She couldn't clearly see the bath mat that had shifted slightly, creating a wrinkled edge. When she stepped on that uneven surface, she lost her balance and fell, breaking her wrist and bruising her hip. The tragedy is that this accident was completely preventable. Proper lighting would have made that hazard immediately visible. But Margaret, like so many seniors, had gotten comfortable with less than ideal lighting conditions, without realizing how much her vision had changed over the years. Poor lighting doesn't just hide obvious hazards like water puddles or misplaced items. It also makes it harder to judge depths and distances. That step into the bathtub becomes more treacherous when you can't clearly see where the edge is. The transition from tile to bath mat becomes risky when shadows obscure the difference in height. Even something as simple as sitting down on the toilet becomes more dangerous when you can't clearly judge the distance. But here's the part that makes this habit even more dangerous. Many seniors try to compensate for poor lighting by moving more slowly or feeling their way around. While this might seem safer, it actually creates new risks. When you're moving tentatively, feeling for surfaces, you're more likely to put your weight in the wrong place or lean on something that isn't stable. The solution is straightforward, but requires a real commitment to change. First, evaluate your current bathroom lighting honestly. Can you clearly see every surface, every corner, every potential hazard? If there are any areas that seem dim or shadowy, you need more light. Install brighter bulbs, add additional light fixtures, or consider motion-activated lights that turn on automatically when you enter the room. Night lighting deserves special attention. Many bathroom accidents happen during nighttime trips when we're groggy and our vision is already compromised. A small nightlight can make an enormous difference, but make sure it provides enough illumination to see clearly without being so bright that it's uncomfortable or disruptive to your sleep. Don't underestimate the importance of this change. Good lighting isn't a luxury. It's a safety essential that could prevent a life-changing fall. Dangerous habit. 3. Using unsafe bath and shower practices. The third dangerous habit that's putting countless seniors at risk involves how we approach bathing and showering. After decades of the same routine, many of us have developed practices that feel natural and comfortable, but are actually creating serious fall hazards. The combination of water, soap, and smooth surfaces makes the bathtub and shower area the most treacherous spot in any bathroom. One of the biggest mistakes I see seniors make is stepping into the tub or shower before ensuring they have adequate grip and support. Think about what happens during a typical shower. You step over the tub edge or shower threshold. You reach for soap and shampoo. You turn to adjust the water temperature. You bend down to wash your feet. Each of these movements shifts your center of gravity and challenges your balance, especially when everything around you is wet and slippery. Take Robert, a 74-year-old retired teacher who considered himself to be in good shape. He'd been taking showers the same way for 50 years, stepping in confidently, soaping up, and moving around freely as he cleaned. But one morning, while reaching for his shampoo bottle, he lost his footing on the wet shower floor. As he started to fall, he instinctively reached out for the soap dish mounted on the wall. The soap dish couldn't support his weight, and he went down hard, injuring his back and spending 2 weeks in the hospital. What Robert didn't realize was that his shower routine had become dangerous as his balance and reflexes changed with age. The confident movements that had served him well for decades were no longer safe, but he hadn't adjusted his approach to match his changing physical capabilities. Another dangerous practice is using regular bath towels or washcloths as makeshift grip aids. I've seen people grab onto towel bars, shower curtains, or even the shower head itself when they start to lose their balance. These fixtures aren't designed to support body weight, and relying on them can turn a small slip into a serious fall. Then there's the issue of soap and shampoo placement. Many seniors continue to use traditional bar soap or keep bottles on high shelves, forcing them to reach and stretch in precarious positions. When your feet are planted on a wet, potentially slippery surface, any movement that takes you off balance becomes risky. The temperature control issue is another problem most people overlook. How many times have you stepped into a shower, realized the water was too hot or too cold, and then tried to adjust it while you're already standing on wet surfaces? That twisting motion, combined with the sudden temperature change that can make you jolt or move quickly, creates a perfect storm for losing your balance. But perhaps the most dangerous shower habit is the way many seniors enter and exit the bathing area. I watched my neighbour Helen, an 81-year-old woman who lived alone, and noticed she would step into her shower with one quick motion, almost like she was trying to get the potentially uncomfortable part over with as fast as possible. She'd grab the shower door frame with one hand and swing her leg over the threshold in one swift movement. For months, this worked fine, until the day it didn't. The solution requires rethinking your entire approach to bathing. First, install proper grab bars, not towel bars, but actual grab bars rated to support body weight. These should be positioned strategically where you naturally reach for support, near the entrance, along the wall where you stand, and at different heights to accommodate various movements. Next, consider your soap and shampoo situation. Wall-mounted dispensers eliminate the need to reach for bottles, and they can't be dropped and create slippery hazards on the floor. If you prefer your own products, keep them in a shower caddy at an easy-to-reach height, never requiring you to stretch or bend in ways that compromise your stability. Water temperature should be adjusted before you step in, not after. Turn on the water, let it reach a comfortable temperature, and then enter. This eliminates the need for those dangerous reaching and twisting movements while you're standing on wet surfaces. Most importantly, change how you enter and exit the shower or tub. Use a deliberate, controlled approach. Hold on to properly installed grab bars, step in slowly, and make sure you have solid footing before releasing your grip. Never rush this transition. It's where most accidents happen. Dangerous habit. 4. Neglecting bathroom floor safety. The fourth dangerous habit that's creating serious risks for seniors is something that might surprise you: neglecting the safety of bathroom floors. Most people think about obvious hazards like water puddles, but there are subtle floor-related dangers that develop gradually and often go unnoticed until it's too late. Let's start with bath mats and rugs. These items are supposed to provide safety and comfort, but they often have seen countless baths become hazards themselves. Eye rooms where bath mats have curled edges, worn-out backing that no longer grips the floor, or materials that actually become more slippery when they get wet. Many seniors continue using the same bath mats for years, never realizing that the non-slip backing has deteriorated or that the mat has shrunk and no longer covers the area it's supposed to protect. Consider Dorothy, a 69-year-old grandmother who took pride in keeping her bathroom spotless. She had a beautiful decorative bath mat that matched her towels perfectly. But over time, the rubber backing had started to crack and peel, leaving pieces that would stick to her feet. One morning, as she stepped out of the shower onto what she thought was her secure bath mat, her foot caught on a piece of loose backing material. The mat slid sideways, and she went down hard, fracturing her hip. But the problem goes beyond just bath mats. Many bathroom floors develop subtle changes over time that create new hazards. tile grout can become uneven, creating small lips or raised areas that catch feet. Vinyl flooring can develop bubbles or loose edges. Even seemingly solid surfaces can become more slippery as finishes wear down, or as cleaning products leave residues that create unexpected slick spots. Then there's the issue of what accumulates on bathroom floors over time. Hair, soap scum, powder from personal care products, these substances can create invisible slipping hazards. They're often not visible to the naked eye, especially in poor lighting conditions, but they can be just as dangerous as a puddle of water. Temperature changes also affect bathroom floor safety in ways most people never consider. Cold floors can make feet less sensitive, reducing your ability to feel when you're losing traction. Heated floors, while luxurious, can sometimes make surfaces more slippery as they cause certain materials to expand or contract. The solution requires regular evaluation and maintenance of your bathroom floor surfaces. First, examine your bath mats and rugs monthly. Check for curling edges, worn backing, or any signs of deterioration. Replace them immediately if they show any signs of wear. This isn't an area where you can wait until they're completely worn out. Next, look at your actual floor surfaces. Run your hand along tile edges to feel for any unevenness. Check vinyl or laminate flooring for bubbles, loose edges, or areas where the material might be lifting. These might seem like minor cosmetic issues, but they're actually serious tripping hazards. Cleaning practices matter too. Use appropriate cleaners that don't leave slippery residues and make sure floors are completely dry before use. Pay special attention to areas around the toilet and sink, where small amounts of water might accumulate without being obvious. Consider the overall layout of items on your bathroom floor. Scales, small trash cans, or other items that you step around create obstacles that become more dangerous as vision and mobility change. The goal is to create clear, unobstructed pathways that don't require navigation around objects. Most importantly, test your footing regularly. When you step onto bath mats or move across different floor surfaces, pay attention to how secure your footing feels. If anything seems less stable than it used to be, investigate immediately. Your feet are often the first to detect changes in floor safety, even before your eyes notice problems. Don't wait for an accident to reveal floor hazards that have been developing gradually. Regular attention to these details can prevent falls that might otherwise seem to come from nowhere. Looking back at that Tuesday morning when I almost fell, I realize how lucky I was. Not just because I caught myself, but because it opened my eyes to the dangerous habits I'd been living with for years. The truth is, most bathroom falls don't happen because of one big obvious hazard. They happen because of small, everyday habits that slowly increase our risk over time. We've covered 5 critical areas today: rushing through routines, ignoring proper lighting, unsafe bathing practices, neglecting floor safety, and those seemingly innocent habits that catch us off guard. Each one might seem minor on its own, but together they create a perfect storm of danger in the place where we should feel most secure. The good news is that now you know what to look for. You have the knowledge to transform your bathroom from a hazard zone into a safe haven. But knowledge only helps if you act on it. Don't wait until you have your own close call or, worse, an actual fall. Start making these changes today, because your independence, your health, and your life are worth far more than the small effort it takes to create a safer environment. Remember, staying safe isn't about admitting weakness. It's about staying strong and independent for years to come. Take action now and keep enjoying the life you've worked so hard to build.